Whoa. It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. I should almost be minifigure illusion because I'm in the Lego room, but I'm not. It's just regular illusion. So it's funny. I'm trying to get the new flavor going. I finished some art recently. I'm rounding the corner. I'm trying to do I got the new Talons Out show. I'm like, with the cliffhangers. Stay tuned. And I got all that going on. I want to get back to doing the Lego channel live streams. It's just been really cold out here, and I always forget to come and turn on the heater and warm everything up and do all that kind of good stuff. But it's all so weird. The whole thing's so weird. I was just got done reading emails, dude. It's like, half my deal is to just do my thing and not have to think about it, right? But because people's for example, I don't read comments I haven't read comments for years, 6-7 years. I just learned a long time ago there's no point in reading comments, right? Because just the way I work or humans work or whatever it works is you can read 100 good comments, yeah, right on and full of advice and this, but then you'll bump into one comment that'll fully sink the boat, so to speak. It's not the trolls either. It's not the ones being derogatory and bad vibing. That's what's so weird about the woke culture, dude, is I way rather have someone just be blatantly obscene towards me and all that, because then it's whatever. It's the weird people that think they're helping me out by being condescending as if they're full-blown viewers but the way they're coming at me, they can't possibly be committed viewers to the channel. It's very strange, and they always warble me. That's why I don't read the comments anymore, because for years, and it's interesting. The chat on the live stream is different because it's got its own thing. But I've really noticed that over the last couple months, it's become very distracting. Because you gotta remember, there was a phase where the live stream thing was kind of new and it was all super interactive. And then it became sort of second nature. And then I would just do my thing anyhow. I wouldn't even pay attention to the stream. And then, the coof happened and the stream became our lifeboat, right? So we engaged. I'm still, it's weird. There's certain aspects of life that we're still in that paradigm, right? So I've been noticing reading the comments, they'll throw me off, and it's the part-time viewers. And I'm not, dude, we're all part-time viewers. You get what I'm saying? But the part-time viewer, kind of, I guess it's this thing that throws me off, is my baseline of who I am and what I've been making content here for 13 years, something crazy like that, a long time. And the baseline things that I'm about, I've always been about. the whole time. And there's this weird thing where like these people will send me comments and they're condescending because the reason they're condescending is they're trying to be like bro, as if they're making assumptions about me, and there's no need to make assumptions about me because I put it all out there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty like full disclosure as much as one could be on a medium like this, right? And so it always trips me up. Like I just got done answering this email, right? And the email like was asking like, cause I just deleted all my live streams. I won't delete interviews, the skate tricks, or Sober Wednesdays. Like I won't, but everything else gets deleted. Like I did a big delete purge like last night, deleted like 100 live streams. They are available on the podcast, link down below, podcast, dude. But so I got this email about that, like the first half, and then the second half was very interesting because it made all sorts of like assumptions and weird assumptions that like if you were paying any attention to what I do on this channel or who I am, you would realize they're like pretty off base, which is what always gets me spun out. And so I was reading the thing and it was like, have I checked out the no-till gardening? I should almost read the email except it's on my phone. And it's like, have you checked out the no-till gardening and tractors destroy the soil and then there was this weird part where tractors use fuel, and then there's other thing where tractors tend to be like paired with fertilizers and this whole like very like, see, it's that thing where like even when I'm about to speak, like I'm realizing I could be condescending in reverse, right? Because I could make assumptions. I don't know, dude. Could be just a person handing me information, but it's not coming from a place of like where I'm at, right? Because if you were following these videos, you would know that the main thing that I'm about, the main mission here is I don't have soil. Like, right? Like I don't have soil out in my front field. It's dead. It's dirt. It's dirt. So I'm trying to like begin the process of breaking it up and bringing it back to life, right? So I got a tractor because I'm not Amish. Like, so there's this weird thing going on where like people in this Western world have this ideological thing that think that they don't use petroleum products, where everything we pretty much use has petroleum products associated with it. Yeah, but my apple's organic. Yeah, but it came in a truck. At some point it was in a truck. The little carton that it was made, the carrier, the plastic carrying thing, the organic, unless the people seriously wove their own basket out of like willow fronds, the thing that carried the apples in to get it to you was made out of petroleum products, dude. Like when you really dig into it, it's almost black pillish. Everything in our modern world is associated with petroleum products, right? The mission is to shorten the chain of the petroleum products, right? And the only real way you can do that is either go lock yourself in a cave, but we're all in the metaphorical cave anyhow, or shorten the thing down, right? So it's that thing where like, let's say I was like, because I'm not an Amish dude. I'm not a dude who has like 100 generations of farming in my roots, dude, where it's just natural. I'm literally a dude breaking free of the grid, going, okay, like I gotta figure this all out. Like I gotta retro reverse the whole thing. So I could go like, I could have probably bought like 2 horses, 2 mules, and a yoke and a till and hey, go click with the thing and had them do it that way. Because again, back to the no-till farming thing. This is where like I'm like tripped out because I went and looked into it. Like I read the dude's email and then I was like, all right, let me go check this thing out. And you go check it out, and it's like, dude, it's people like living with soil, like, and doing it in small lots. And then if you really start looking at the pictures, it's all dumped in mounds of soil that they're not tilling because they don't have to, surrounded by like cardboard and like do people get that if you're using cardboard for weed abatement, you're using petroleum products? It's just removed away. It's sort of the weird thing that like, the meme about like, vegetarians think they're not killing animals, except that, all their vegetable crops came from land that was occupied by animals once upon a time, dude, that had to get shushed away, dude. Again, it's the thing of it's when you get to the practicality, you're talking to a dude. And again, this is where I get offended. This is the thing that offends me after 13 years of doing this. The baseline thing of it is I'm not going to apply pesticides to my stuff. Not going to do it. Not going to spray a bunch of pesticides. I'll soap the leaves with my organic soap to get rid of the aphids. I'll do get the ladybugs. I'll do this. I'll do that. But at the end of the day, I ain't using pesticides. And then so like there's that. But when you realize the truth of this thing, that like the bugs you're basically, dude, when you're doing a garden, you're basically making a buffet for bugs, dude, hoping that you get a ration for your hard work. It's brutal, dude. That's just with your own little garden going on, dude. Right? Like it's sort of like the dude who was like, don't like relocate the squirrels thing, dude. And so I'm reading this thing and it's and this leap it had about tractors are paired with like fertilizer. And I tripped out on that statement because fertilizer everybody uses, dude, across the board. It's just the difference between whether you're using petroleum-based chemical fertilizers, which are toxic, or you're using components of naturally rendered fertilizer, i.e. manures, wood ash, worm castings, chicken poop. Those are fertilizers. So when I read this thing, the condescending nature of it is like, your tractor means that you're going to use fertilizer. Yeah, I'm going to use fertilizers. I'm going to be making teas with worm castings, and I take all my like wood ash out there from the fireplace and spread it around. Like, so it's this thing where like the implied nature of it is it comes from this perspective that it's not 2023, dude. You're talking to a dude. And again, this is like, how often do I talk about it on this channel? You're talking to a dude who was on the front lines of the war for the old growth forest during the salvage rider era. You're talking to a real environmentalist, not this bullshit green carbon scammer dudes. You're talking to a dude who just went and invested in solar, and all the batteries. Why? To remove the transmission line wastage out of the equation. Because if you truly want to change things, it's all about reducing the length of the chain of resources, dude. It's not about not doing anything, dude. It's not about, like, literally the only way to truly organically farm at this point is to literally what is the when they burn your, like, stand on the funeral pyre, dude. Like, dude. You're like, that's what I mean. It gets me so offended. You're talking to a dude who's made countless videos relocating rattlesnakes that come to our house, and people going, "You're crazy for doing that, dude. They're gonna come back." That rattlesnake that I relocated here never came back. I talked to it. I sent it on its way. It's like, I got you. It's good, dude. All good. I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, well, it got me to make a video at least. But, like, that's where, like, I struggle on this thing a little bit. Because I think, and I think that, this is the thing. So I built the pump house and turned it into a pump house / grow room, germinating room, right? And in the email, it's like, you should have, like, if you have south-facing windows for your, and I just want to scream, like, dude, the south side of that building, there's a water tank blocking it, a sycamore tree blocking it, and a giant, like, rose bush blocking it. There's no sunlight on the south side of that building. Like, there's this weird thing of, like, I don't think that people actually are practical. Like Murky Forgotten, dude. Like, I know that dude. Like, that dude's actually like in a garden, like, working his stuff. Like, that dude's got nothing but like good advice, dude. Never trying to accuse me of, like, I think I find offense to it because, like, there's this weird thing of, like, that people don't understand. There's no getting away from the matrix, the man, the illusion, the dream, whatever it is. There's only the ability to, like, control your hula hoop, dude. But you can, dude, no matter what you do at this point, like, I'm going to go, like, live in a hermitage in India. Like, how you getting there? You getting there on a plane? What, a boat? Or are you sailing in your pampas grass Kontiki, dude? You know what I mean? What, are you going to row across the ocean in your canoe made out of driftwood? Like there's just this weird thing that I get tripped out, like, because I make so many videos about, like, the balance of the payoff, dude. Like, I am using, and I've talked about this, a piece of equipment right now that arguably is the most destructive thing on the planet for 98% of the people that hold one. For the rest of us, we use it as a tool to spread message, gain knowledge, do that. But I waste too much time on it, dude. So that's where I'm struggling on this thing, is because I've become real self-conscious lately. 20 minutes to get to it. I've become real self-conscious about what it is I do. And it's not, it's just a phase, really. But I've become real like self-conscious because like I'm transitioning into a whole new thing. Dude, I did so much, did get so much accomplished with the tractor. Like things that like you wouldn't even like contemplate. Like I was like recontouring like land for an out to like, because I'm like, dude, that if I can make that soil level and like, so it's not dirt level, so I can like use that more effectively, dude. Doing it with the shovel and a wheelbarrow, dude. I don't know, man. I ain't Amish, dude. I'm literally dude a dude who broke from the urban grid. Who's like, I think that's what it is like, I do get why some people get like I do get why like some, I don't even know what I'm trying to say really is, but there's plenty of room to criticize, dude. I like all day long, I got to go through that challenge. I could sit here and just, I can sit right here and be like, what is this, dude? And then again, I could look at it the other way and be like, dude, this used to be just like dead garage space. Yeah. I built a room for Legos. Petroleum-based products, dude, that if properly taken care of, will be played with for generations to come, right? I mean, that's sort of the thing. I mean, I figure at the bottom of it all, the dude who sent me the email or the girl who sent me the email, or whoever it is that sent me the email, had the best intentions. But I got super offended about like the whole like, because you use a tractor implies that you're going to use fertilizers. Yeah, I'm using fertilizers, organic stuff. Yeah, I got to figure a way to get a bunch of manure over here from the horse farm down the road, dude. Oh yeah, you need cars to do that, like vehicles to get it here. It's sitting like 5 miles up the road. I mean, I could walk there with my backpack and fill up my backpack full of horse manure. Figure it'd take me like 5 years to get the front field filled up with enough. Or I find a trailer, fill it up a bunch of times, put a bunch of gas in my car tank and drive it back and forth, right? Why? Because dude, this ain't about the ideology anymore. This isn't idealism anymore. Literally, dude, the system's about to collapse, man. And I don't mean that in a black pill sense. Like, it's our white pill time, dude. But what I mean is like, dude, like when you go into the don't till the land, those people are all like, they're not doing it on a try to survive the storm mentality. That's like la-di-dying, dude. Dude, there's a storm a-coming, man. And it's already here. It's been swirling on our head. We might be in the eye, like we might have gotten one of the arms of the hurricane over the last couple of years. And we're just in some calm air right now. But there's a storm a-coming. Like, why do you think I got more solar so I don't have to think about that anymore, dude? We'll always be up and running here. Why do you think I got a tractor? It's diesel, dude. You can render diesel fuel relatively easy from a lot of different things, man. That is the beauty of diesel. George Washington Carver, baby. So yeah. Yeah, the chickens are out there, man. I went and bought a 12-pack eggs. They were the same price they were like 12 months ago. There's not a lot of them, but you know, I got the last one today, but I got chickens. I'll get some more chickens. You know, that's that weird thing where like I see a lot of these like farmer videos and the hippies will kill the wildlife to protect their little chickens, man. Me, I do my best to protect the chickens on the front side. That's where like I don't really believe in that kind of stuff, dude. Dude, like it's like the cat thing, right? You get a cat, right? Why do you get a cat? Because you got, keep the mice away. There's mice. There's field mice all over, dude. Like it's try to keep them out of the house. That's the gig, right? Get a cat, kills the mice. But it also eliminates your lizards, dude. And I love my lizards, man. And it also like messes with the little birds that come by. Here, too, I love the little birds that come by, man. So it's that thing, right? Like as much as I dig the cat, I think I might dig the lizards more. You know what I mean? There's a real debate for you, dude. Like a real debate, not about like whether you're gonna, because there's no debate with me about I'm never going to use petroleum-based chemical fertilizers. I'm not going to use pesticides, dude. Am I going to use some sort of critter abatement? Yeah, dude, there's all sorts of natural stuff you can use, dude. There's all sorts of natural fertilizer you can use. So let's get that out of the way. The real dilemmas that we have in this life is the cat. Because you got to keep the mouse out of the house. But you can put up the traps and you can kill them yourself and do the whole thing. Like, right? Someone's going to die. But the cat, all fluffy cat, kills the lizards, dude. And the lizards, they ain't bugging nobody, dude, right? The reptiles, they ain't bugging no one, dude. They're not harmful. Even that rattlesnake serves as a blessing, dude, because it eats the critters, right? It eats the mice and stuff. So, you bump into the thing of what's the real battle about, dude? Is it having a tractor? No, dude. Is it trying to encourage life to come back to this thing? Absolutely, dude. One way you get life in there is get something growing out there, dude. Dude, you ain't gonna get nothing growing if the earth is rock hard, dude. So yeah, I did take a little offense to the thing, because if you're paying attention to anything that's been going on in those videos over the last, especially year, you would know that it's a dude who seriously contemplates the balance of like how far do you go over into the enemy's camp to sustain the good camp, right? Like I'm fully aware that like I drove down to the Chinese military base to get bulk food today, dude. I use petroleum products in the car, dude. I don't drive that much, but I use it. I know. And what do I use it for? Do I use it for betterment, or do I use it to just go circle jerk with porn? Dude? I mean, that's the thing. What are we doing with it? Because I'll tell you what, the fact that I haven't been using this room makes it a pollution, dude. If that makes any sense. It'd be one thing if I was in here playing with this stuff with Owl right now, but it's just been really sitting here. It's pretty cold in here, but That's the pollution. The pollution is to not use it, dude. I don't know, man. I just trip out that anyone who watches these videos thinks that I'm not thinking about it. Like that I don't absolutely obsess. Do I have the Curtis Stone obsession the other way? No, dude. I have the failed surfer's dream obsession about it, dude. I have the dude who watched the old growth forest get cut down obsession about it. Like I've seen it, dude. I have heard the trees scream, dude. I know the truth about what's going on. And I'll tell you, just on that final little note, dude. You know why the trees were getting cut down? Because the people that wanted to save the trees viewed the loggers as their enemy. And the loggers viewed the people that wanted to save the trees as their enemy. The real enemy was the giant corporations. The real enemy was the apathetic people. The real enemy was the government. The real enemy was not the logger, dude. They were just the end product of a system that had turned its back on sustainability a long time ago, dude. Because, it's easier to stretch out the supply chain than it is to condense it, because the more condensing of the supply chain you get, the more work you got to get. The more work you got to do, dude. Yeah. I got a tractor, man. Because when you realize how much work you have to do, how much work in a day goes into not getting everything done. Like when I wake up tomorrow, like I got projects, dude. Am I going to finish any of them? No, dude. I'm going to push them all down the field a little bit further, dude. So, like that's like the thing, man. Like even talking about it right now, I'm like, oh yeah, I got to start making all my organic teas for my garden, dude. Because I got the vegetable garden's its own side project. I don't know, dude. I just think that it's easier. I think that's where you learn in life as you grow older and you get more experience. It's so much easier to judge people for what they're doing than walk a mile in their shoes, dude. And the more you walk a mile in your own shoes and realize like, oh, that's what all these other people have been doing too. You're like, okay, dude. Yeah, I got it. Like they say that like, when you have your own children, you begin to understand what your parents had to do, dude. Like Owl's 7, right? Like Owl's 7 now. I think about all the things I thought I was gonna be like super like have handled in my ideological version of like raising a child versus like all the things where I'm like, oh yeah, dude, yep. I remember getting into an argument with my wife. Like early Owl. I was like still a baby about like, I'm not going to let him have any plastic toys. All his toys need to be made of wood, dude. Seriously, like I had that whole thing. All his toys need to be made out of wood, dude. Yeah, no plastic toys. I remember my wife just being like, well, you're like an idiot, dude. Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, no, I'm serious. Like all his toys need to be made out of wood. She's like, all right, fine, dude. Like make all his toys out of wood. I remember making like some pretty like funky toys in the beginning. And then at a certain point, like the reality of it all just came crashing down. It's like, yeah, like There's Hot Wheels. I mean, look, these ain't wooden toys, dude. Like, we've had some cool wooden toys, dude. Don't get me wrong. But my thinking that I was going to literally like whittle all of Owl's toys out of wood was such a fantasy, such a delusion. And I actually got in an argument with my wife about it, dude. I remember it distinctly, dude. I'd probably ask her about it. She'd be, oh yeah, dude, you're an idiot. Because she knew I was an idiot. She's like, dude, there's no way you're going to be able to make enough wooden toys. Because it's not 1752, dude. You know what I mean? They say there's an interesting thing. God, this video's gone long. There's an interesting thing where, like, you look, it was like in the 1800s or something. And I remember reading this and checking it out. Was there was like this big child death rate happen. Like, not like the newborns, because the newborns would die of typhus and all sorts of stuff, right? Like the newborns, right? But of like, you know, like 6 to 10-year-olds, right? Like there was this big death rate, and they tracked it down to the toys. Because like manufacturing in the Industrial Revolution had come in, right? And they were making all these like toys, dude. But the toys weren't like safe like they are pretty much now. Like they had all sorts of choking hazards made with all sorts of paint and sharp edges and all sorts of like, you know, things that would get kids hurt, kill them, dude. So there was this thing where before like toy safety kind of caught up with it, there was like a dip in child survivability because it had gotten modern. And as it had gotten modern, they moved away from the safe wooden toys to all these like manufactured like metal toys with paint, lead paint, with small parts and screws and all the stuff you could make anything you wanted then, right? Until like, you know, the safety of it started to catch up with like, oh yeah, it's the toys, dude. So, you know, I didn't get that one, the wooden toy thing, dude. And I failed a lot of these like things that like I as an idealist with my idolized hippie sense was like, nah. Like I started pretty good with like feeding Owl all organic vegetables out of the garden. But dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. You're talking to a dude who started a garden in his backyard on Rainbow Mountain so that I could grow strawberries for my son because I didn't want him to have strawberries that had poisons in them, that grew his own carrots in the backyard. Dude. Yeah, that's like the thing to finally wrap this up, dude. 40 minutes into this. To the ones of you who are day trippers on this channel, I've already answered the question. I've already lived most of the suggestions. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. I've got 13 years of YouTube videos for you to explore before you send me an email kind of making a judgment about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, if you're going to do it, like, maybe ask it in a question versus an assumption. I think that's where I get like, because I can assume things. That's why I don't comment on people's stuff, dude. Anyway, I'm just rambling here in the Lego room. I don't know about what, 40 minutes later. I don't know what I just had to say, but anyway, look, on the final note, this is a crowdfunded dream, dude. I'm making more art. It is a thing. There's a PayPal link down below, dude. There's crypto, keys. I don't know if people are still doing that, but there's the keys there. There's an address if you just want to send a stack of like cash or silver bars or gold coins or Legos, whatever, dude. Some chicken food. My buddy David, who sent me the chicken food, like that was truly rad. Some seeds, dude. Isaiah sent me a bunch of seeds, dude. Like, you know what I mean? It is a crowdfunded dream, dude. And that's it, dude. Like, I don't know, dude. Let's just keep carrying on, dude. Over and out. It's the illusion. Use the name tag.